Titnes, omikaron oranoxeyeno do Kyria Yeis. Titans who were born of Aurenas and Gaia. Hesiod, Theogony, line 133. The alarm screamed through Theo's neural implant at 4 a.m., but he was already awake. Something was wrong with the stars. For 3 weeks, constellation Draco had been slipping, microseconds of arc each night, barely perceptible. But Theo knew every star painted across the dome 6 kilometers above Arcology Helios. The display was supposed to be static, a perfect recreation of Earth's night sky from 400 BC. The stars shouldn't move. He pulled on his maintenance coveralls and touched his fingers to the small altar honoring Hephaestus, god of craftsmen. Chare, Hephaestus. Guide my hands in the deep places. The residential rings stirred to life around him. White marble facades, Doric columns, bronze fountains recycling water through lion head spouts. The colony had been built by the first families 300 years ago, a perfect recreation of classical Athens floating in the void between stars. Or so the official history claimed. But Theo had spent 5 years in the maintenance levels. He knew the truth whispered in the deep places. The arcology was too old. The materials were wrong. The engineering was beyond human capability. The dome was 6 kilometers in diameter, impossible for a colony fleet to construct in just 30 years. It was a beautiful lie. He reached maintenance lock 47 Sigma, one of the primary access points to the dome's substructure. The bronze door was decorated with a relief of the Titan Atlas bearing the celestial sphere upon his shoulders. Not the Earth, as most believed, but the sphere of stars itself. The ancient Greeks had known. Atlas's punishment for fighting Zeus in the Titanomachy was to hold apart sky from Earth, to bear the weight of heaven for eternity. Theo placed his palm against the biometric reader. Access denied. Archon Council Directive. Level Omega Restriction. His authorization had been revoked 3 hours ago. The Council had never sealed a maintenance lock in 300 years. Something had changed. Theo made his decision. There were other ways down, emergency shafts the Council might not remember. He would find his own path. He would learn why the stars were moving. Theo descended through abandoned sections, following routes he'd mapped during inspections. 50 meters below the official lowest level, he found a circular hatch marked with a symbol in Linear B script, the syllabic writing of Mycenaean Greeks from 3,000 years ago. The symbol meant Atlas. The hatch opened impossibly smoothly. Beyond lay a corridor of bronze-like material that glowed with its own faint luminescence. The walls were covered in inscriptions, Linear B, Older Linear A, Proto-Greek, and beneath it all, geometric patterns that predated human writing entirely. The air tasted of ozone and salt, like spray from an ancient sea. The corridor opened into a vast chamber, 30 meters high. Every surface was inscribed with layered text and mathematical formulas. In the center stood a pillar rising from floor to ceiling, clearly structural, load-bearing. One of the dome's supports. One of Atlas's shoulders. Theo touched the pillar. Warm like living flesh. Beneath his palm, he felt a pulse. Slow. Ancient. Tired. The inscriptions began to glow amber. His implant translated. I am Atlas, son of Iapetus, brother to Prometheus who brought fire. I fought the Olympians. I lost. I was transformed. This place is not a colony. It is a prison, a sanctuary, the last border between mortal realm and divine chaos. You who descend are blood of my blood. You are the first in 12 generations who could hear me. The pillars are failing. The stars slip because I slip. Why did you come? Because the stars were wrong, Theo whispered. The chamber flooded with data. Star charts spanning millennia. Astronomical observations from a place called Othries, the mountain of the Titans, the fortress from which they waged war against Zeus. And coordinates showing the arcology wasn't in deep space. It was in orbit around Earth. They had never left. 300 years, circling humanity's birth world. Hidden. The Archon Council had lied from the beginning. Look beneath the pillar, the text commanded. Read your true name. Theo knelt, brushing away dust. The inscription glowed. Tlas pertos architecton. Atlas the first architect. Below it, A genealogy descending through impossible centuries. At the bottom, Theodoros Tladidis, Theodoros Atlantids. Not Iapetu, Atlantides, son of Atlas. The final line formed as he watched. Welcome home, child of the Skybearer. The council knows you have descended. They are coming. You have 17 minutes to choose. Flee and forget, or stay and learn why Atlas weeps. Theo heard security doors cycling open above. 17 minutes. The stars were still slipping. Atlas was waiting for his answer,